Ernesto Abella.
Morning. Sure about that. All right. Thank you, Secretary Teo. All right. Before we begin, I'd like to start with about five key points. We'd like to begin with a bit of good news, especially to SSS members who cannot visit the SSS offices during weekdays given their working schedule. In celebration of their anniversary month, 109 SSS branches will be open on all Saturdays of September to accept loan restructuring program applications. The 109 branches of the Social Security will be open every Saturday from 8 regular office hours, and there will be 43 in the National Capital Region and Metro Manila. 43 branches will be open. In the rest of Luzon, 31 branches will be open. In Central Visayas and Western Visayas, 14 branches will be open. And Mindanao will have 19 branches open. And this will all be open to accepting loan restructuring program applications. The whole of September. The whole of September. Number two, regarding the Libing and Burial, LNMB issue, we're still under subjudice restrictions, so that applies. And the government's position will be presented next week by the Solicitor General. Also, we'd like to refer to Bishop Bacani's statement that drug killings are worse than martial law. First, we'd just like to refer to the fact that drug killings, again, are not state-sanctioned, and that we also have to clearly and carefully make reference to the fact that certain deaths involving policemen may actually be cleansing operations by scalawags in uniform, and that these matters are already under investigation. We'd also like to emphasize the fact that phase one of the campaign against drugs has been successfully implemented, and mainly to create awareness of the depth of the drug menace. That phase two of the campaign is already started with the investigation of police officers involved in illegitimate operations. It is important to note that in less than 100 days, or just about the third month, just under the third month of the Duterte administration, we have already achieved positive results. Regarding martial law, the President himself has again and again stated that he will not invoke that. And in fact, he has not invoked emergency powers in the campaign against the terrorist ASG group. Number four, regarding the Constitutional Commission, it is hoped that the President will be signing this in the month of September, so that they can begin to study the provisions of the revision, for the revision. And number five, a recent survey indicated that, 2016 Happiness Index report based in July, the month of July, showed that civil servants in the country gave their jobs the highest rating of 6.6, using a scale of 0 to 10, in which 10 meant extremely happy, 5 neutral, and 0 extremely unhappy, according to jobstreet.com. So, we've got a happy government.
MBC, questions?
You're actually questioning your own.
Joseph Morong.
Right.
Dun lang sa statement niyo po, dun sa phase 2, you said that there are investigations of police officers in illegitimate operations. Number one, how many are this? And when you say illegitimate operations,
I mean, thought to be illegitimate operations.
thought to be.
Illegitimate operations.
Sir, ilan tong mga police?
I don't have the numbers, but it's already under investigation.
So dun sa 700, there were illegitimate operations there.
I mean,
700 deaths, sir.
Yes.
Follow-up question? Legal drugs? Marlon?
So yung binabanggit po nyo at saka ni Secretary Martin Andanar na the government, the Duterte administration's drug war is now in its second phase. Isn't that contradicting to what the President has repeatedly said that those drug users are beyond rehabilitation, they're beyond redemption? Yung mga gumagamit ng shabu.
How is that contradictory?
That now you're entering the second phase, which is rehabilitation, when the President
Well,
said...
among other things, I said, like, for example, swift disposition of justice, looking into the cases, investigating. This is part of a whole menu of the second phase.
But the main part of the second phase is rehabilitation.
Also,
Right?
rehabilitation, yes.
Pero tas sinabi rin ng Presidente that the government has, in fact, no funds for going to that.
But we do have people who have already promised and have committed to for example, providing for rehabilitation centers, and so we have that. We have access to certain provisions.
Private groups.
Mga private donations, yes.
So hindi siya, sir, contradicting dun sa sinasabi ng ni
Oh,
President.
hindi naman lahat ang but basically the President was highlighting the fact that there are certain elements of those who have been taking the drug then that are in effect unrehabilitable.
So follow-up muna tayo sa drugs, Pia. Other issues sa drugs. Raymond Tinasa, then Maricel Halili, and Joseph Morong.
Sir, as you have, I think, mentioned the last briefing that you will clarify whether the police officers are entitled, allowed, or qualified to also
To
join.
receive, no?
Yeah, to receive 2 million.
Well, I did check out on that, and it looks like there are within the police. P. De La Rosa, what's his name? Chief De La Rosa did say that they have their own system of rewards, and then he quoted the president as saying that whoever will. He quoted the press. He seems to have quoted the president as saying that there will be financial rewards also.
Okay, sir.
Maricel
thank you.
Halili?
Sir, I know the government is proud on the achievement with regards to drug campaigns, but apparently the Human Rights Watch
Yes.
described our situation as at least we already have human rights calamity. Kasi ang sabi po, for the first 8 weeks of Duterte administration, yung number daw ng mga suspects na napapatay is already times 10 compared dun sa first 6 months of the year. What can you say about this, sir?
Basically, I think Senator Cayetano has made explanation and made proper representation of the government position that first they should come and observe what really is happening on the ground, and that secondly also that the statistics, if properly looked at, show a different picture. Show a different picture. That he is also asking that these people really should come and not just base their opinions on headlines, sound bites, and he also made reference that there are certain people who are out to discredit the current administration, and that for a proper and objective assessment, they should come and observe.
Okay, last
Thank you.
issue na tayo sa drugs. Para drugs ka rin, Ace? O sige, Joseph Morong and
Yes.
then Ace Romero.
Sir, meron daw pong naaresto and then smuggler, I think. And then nagsabi yun na may assassination plot against the president. Does the palace know about it?
I'm sure by this time they've heard about it. Okay.
And what's the reaction of this is an assassination plot against the president?
Well,
sir?
if I put it with the president, he seems to be pretty much untouched by all these threats.
Not worried about it.
Not worried. Concerned, but not worried.
Last two questions regarding drugs. Si Ace Romero and then Trisha and Hannah.
Sec question.
Yes.
About the reward for policemen. We're just wondering why are we giving extra rewards for people for these people considering that
Yes,
this
I
part of
understand.
their job.
Yes.
Bakit po?
Well, I don't know but based on the logic of the thing, these are extraordinary times and they demand extraordinary measures. Okay.
So, kasi meron parang regulations, I think, if I'm not mistaken, sa military, they're not entitled to rewards kung napatay nila yung mga wanted. So parang may mga ganong rules.
So whatever it is, it will just. The president has mentioned that there are rewards, and they will have to work it out, the process of it. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
Hannah and then Trisha and then Jonah on drugs. Tapos other issue na. Okay.
Sir, is the President Duterte open sa idea do sa sinabi po ni Albuera late Mayor Espinosa na gusto niya maging state witness po? Ready po siyang ilahad lahat ng information, even confirming Senator De Lima and other na nasa matrix na minention po ng Pangulong Duterte, pero hinold niya po yung ibang information unless maging state witness po siya at maging under ng Witness Protection Program.
I suppose that's under consideration.
Trisha?
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Sir, the PIDEA, NBI, and the DOJ Secretary Aguirre denied involvement in preparing Duterte's narco list. So, yesterday po during the budget hearing, so may we know the source of the president when he released the list?
Well, he is privy to certain other sources of intelligence, and what he had is a consolidated report.
Sir, the investigation, did it start when he
Which
assumed
investigation?
Did the list, sabi niya po kasi the list,
Yes.
parang it went through revalidation. So did yung consolidation po ba nagsimula when he assumed office or before?
I'm not sure about exactly when it happened, but a list has been in existence even before he came into office.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Jonah?
Sir, ano pong update dun sa sinabi ng Pangulo na yung China tutulong sa pagpapatayo ng mga rehab centers? Tapos pangalawa po, kung meron na po bang naumpisahan na construction ng rehab center?
That was mentioned by the president, right?
Yes.
It was mentioned. Actually, there's the groundwork has begun. Initial groundwork has begun.
Saan po, sir?
As far as I know, it's in northern Luzon.
Nueva Ecija?
Inside camp?
It was very- All right. Anybody else?
Jonah, okay?
See?
May issue pa tayo about drugs. Question. Benji Liwanag on drugs.
Sir, can you update us on the matrix?
I don't have any updates on the matrix.
Okay. There are also lists that the president is holding right now.
Yes, yes.
What happened to that? Did the palace or anybody validated the report that the president received, sir?
I'm sure they're going through their own processes.
Kailan po ilalabas ng Pangulo ito, sir?
The president is a very strategic thinker, so it will come out when he believes it's the
Now,
right time.
second, ipapasok ko na lang, pero it's not related on drug. Pero dun sa mga government na corrupt daw, sir, magkakaroon din siya ng another list. Are you privy about the list?
No, the names are very confidential.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, again.
Opo. Okay.
On drugs? Naglasa? Sige. Okay, Atento Vera.
Sir, related pa rin po to sa drugs. Kasi former Pangasinan Governor Espino released a statement kagabi na he met with President Duterte last Tuesday po ata. Parang sinabi niya po doon na parang pinagkakaisahan siya ni former Secretary De Lima at ni former Secretary Marojas. How did the President reacted to such claims?
I'm not sure about how he reacted to that, but he did make that statement. No? I don't know about the personal reactions of the president.
So is the President encouraging yung ibang mga napangalanan na i-meet siya personally, sir?
That would be best. That would be best. Okay.
Question pa tayo about drugs? Last na to? Last na, Pia? Sa drugs, ha? Illegal drugs.
Sir, the president always says that the summary killings aren't sanctioned by the state. But what are the targets of the investigation on the drug syndicates he claims are responsible for this? Like, is there a task force to crack down on these drug syndicates? Given na nga na the ones they've killed is even more than the ones that police have killed during operations. It's extraordinarily large number.
All right, okay. That's going to be, we assume that's going to be part of phase 2, that this the speedy disposition of justice and looking into the specifics.
Okay. Other issue na, ha? JP, Benzito, then Dexter, and Marlon, and Ross. Other issue ka? Yeah. JP?
Hi, sir. Good morning. Sir, we know the rationale why the security in Davao, Cebu, and Manila were heightened by the military.
Were heightened by the military?
There is heightened alert that was raised by the military, sir, on these metropolitan areas.
That was quite recently, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Excuse me. Considering the activities down south, it's only logical, I believe, and this is my opinion, but it's only logical that security be heightened in the major metropolitan areas outside of Metro Manila.
Sir, may we get a statement from the palace on the comments yesterday, in reaction to a statement yesterday night by the Abu Sayyaf? They warned the military that they must prepare because the terrorist group, Abu Sayyaf, plans to launch attacks against the military, sir. They will test the strength of the soldiers of Duterte. That was the quote, and they will launch attacks against the military.
All I can say is that the president is aware of these, and the president is very determined to make sure that the sources of terrorism in the country shall be properly neutralized.
Sir, do we have specifics, or do we have steps that will be undertaken in the next few days? Because they promised to start the war starting today, September 1.
Well, like you said, heightened security all over metropolitan areas.
Aside from that, sir, specifically in Sulu and Basilan.
That would be strategy, and we're not privy to that.
Sir, another question. Are the soldiers that were sent by the military, sir, the 7,500 soldiers in Sulu specifically, are they prepared to combat the ASG, sir?
We assume so.
Okay, thank you,
May
sir.
follow-up question about Abu Sayyaf? May follow-up, no? Other issue tayo. Dexter Ganibe?
Sir, other
Yes.
issues. Can you elaborate yung concerned but not worried on the security ng Pangulo?
Well, come again.
Doon sa assassination.
Assassinate. Well, you know, like if you listen to the president, he eats it for breakfast. You know, you know, he eats threats for breakfast. Meaning to say, it's not something new to him. He has said again and again that he puts his life, his honor, the presidency on the line for his campaign. So it's something that the president, it should give us cause. It's a, you know, you might call it, you know, it's a very heroic stand. It's a very heroic stand. And in that case, because he really understands that there is a call to war, both in several fronts already: war on drugs, war on terrorism, and war on crime. So he's really engaged in several fronts, and he's very, very well aware that his life is constantly under threat.
Follow-up, sir. Ngayong nabunyag at may nagsabing meron ngang assassination plot ang Pangulo, mababawasan ba yung kanyang mga biyahe sa mga lalawigan?
Well, I doubt it. I doubt it.
Follow-up about ASG, Ted Vera. ASG ka rin.
Hindi po
Ted
ASG.
Vera, then Benji Liwanag, and Ross. ASG, Ross? Okay. Ted.
Hindi po about ASG, ma'am.
Okay.
Secretary, Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte also requested for heightened security para sa pamilya nila, sir.
Right.
So, ibig sabihin po ba, sir, ano po ba yung thoughts ni Presidente naman sa pagprotekta sa pamilya niya naman, sir?
The president is very inclusive, and he feels the same way for the people as for his family. So I'm sure he also takes care of his own family. Thank you. Last few, because Secretary Teo is coming back to make a clarificatory statement.
Sir.
Benji
Sir.
Liwan.
Okay.
Benji Liwanag.
Last two.
Okay.
Okay.
On the security,
Yes po.
meron po ba tayong reports coming from intelligence na meron daw mga foreigners na sumasali na sa Abu Sayyaf?
That has been mentioned. That has
So
been mentioned.
how
in
true?
passing.
Right now, are they in Sulu right now?
Oh, we don't know about those things. I mean,
Or
pero
in Basilan?
these things are mentioned in passing.
Okay, so they have a cell here in the Philippines, alive.
I don't know about the cell, but
Yeah.
I don't know about the cell, about who, but it has been made mention that there are foreign-looking people around, as there are many foreign people looking around here.
Sir, last three
Thank
daw.
you.
Last three si Ro, si Hannah, and Pia. And may dalawa pa, 5. So,
Yeah, di ba?
Ara-
Sandali, we need to give way to Secretary Teo.
Okay. Secretary Teo.
I'd just like to clarify because there is a pearl that was found in Palawan, I think 35 kilos. I would would request the people in Palawan that's in the office of the mayor to take care of it while we're looking for a gemologist to check on the authenticity of this pearl. And also, I would like to clarify because I think I missed out the Manila eyesore that somebody asked me. Anyway, we will take care of them in a more humane way. Secretary Judy will take care of them. I assure you that.
Yes.
That's all.
Use your microphone.
Why MOA, not Araneta?
Why?
Why Mall of Asia and not Araneta, ma'am?
I think MOA is bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, it's bigger. No.
There's no
In fact, the
political-
Miss Universe people already went and checked the area. And they wanted MOA to be the place where the contest, sila mismo ang pumunta doon.
Okay. Thank you very much for
Guys,
that.
may
ma'am.
5 pang magtatanong kay kay Presidential Spokesperson
Yung
Abella.
mga
Meron pa
vendors.
daw question, ma'am.
Secretary, yung mga vendors po, yung mga vendors, mga street dwellers, magkakaroon din sila ng excursion? Will they be?
I leave that to Secretary Judy to take care of them. I think we will be we'll take care of them in a more humane way.
But they will be taken off the streets during the duration of the pageant.
I'll just leave it to Secretary Judy to take care of that.
Vance Fernandez.
Thank you.
Meron siyang tanong, sir. Pwede pa na siya.
Sure.
You agree, Mama. Thank you. Ma'am, how will you coordinate with other foreign countries to boost up tourism in the Philippines? How will you coordinate with other foreign countries to boost up tourism in the Philippines?
They will be coming in. The candidates will be coming in. So I'm sure the people in the country will take care of them. I've been meeting with the ambassadors. They've been doing courtesy calls, and I've been asking them that we would like their tourists to come to our country, and we would like to invite the tour operators as well as media to come and see our country.
May
Thank you,
phone-in
ma'am.
question daw, ma'am. Kung re-request niyo daw na magkaroon ng holiday sa Miss Universe
I leave it to that president. Baka papayag si presidente.
Chona, may question, Miss Universe. Okay na tayo. Marlon, Miss Universe. Pakisakit kay Sir Abella. Microphone? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Secretary Teo. Presidential Spokesperson Abella. We have 5 remaining questions.
Hindi na 5, ma'am. Dalawa na lang.
Dalawa na lang daw.
Okay.
So, after na lang siguro tanongin si Sir. Hannah Sancho and Rose Cos.
Sige, whoever.
Hannah Sancho,
Go ahead.
please. Microphone.
Sir, can you confirm, sir, kung nasa Office of the President na po yung draft ng executive order on the appointment of members of a constitutional commission?
I was that was supposed to be the process. It should have been submitted yesterday. Okay.
Pero nasa Office of the President na po. Ay, wala pa.
Hindi ko chinek.
Okay. Kasi ang
Okay.
follow-up po sana, sir, kung nasa office na, kung may timeline po yung Pangulo, kailan po niya i-appoint yung mga taong members doon?
Antayin na lang po natin yan. Okay? Thank you.
Sir, last
But we'd like to
question.
do it, like I said, we expect that things will be in proceeding within the month of September.
Sir, last question. May mga bagong appointments po ba tayo, sir? Kasi may mga confirmation, may mga statement na po sila.
Right. We'll come up with the complete list either today or tomorrow.
Like Terry Ridon, sir, Commission on Urban Poor. Can you confirm po?
We'll clarify the entire list by either this afternoon or tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir, last question. Lady in blue, Vance Fernandez.
Sir,
Yes.
I'm here.
You're there.
Kasi you were staring, sir, on your notes.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, who is behind this assassination plot? Do you have any idea? Don't tell me you don't know because you have an intel.
The plot thickens. No, I wish I could tell you that, and I'd charge you a fee for that. No, I do not know.
Sir, can you
Are you sure, sir?
Sir, can you accommodate Marlon?
You actually doubt my integrity.
Sir,
No, honestly,
because
I
you're a
don't.
spokesperson, maybe you could probably say a certain group.
I would if I could, but if I did, but I cannot honestly say. And for whatever it's worth, whatever I say ought to be fact based, not opinion based.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bonus question daw, sir, nung pahabol, microphone, please use the microphone. So,
Punta
Simo.
ng Indonesia sa presidente, and I think the family of Mary Jane has attempted to talk to someone in the palace just this morning. Ano po yung plano ni presidente? Is he going to meet with Mary Jane in Indonesia?
Given the opportunity, I think he will.
Okay. Marlon, last na to.
Sir,
Sir, last na daw.
Sir, yung order lang po ni Presidente Duterte
Which is?
to the police and the military
Which is?
not to arrest Nur Miswat
Yes.
if in case he surfaces. Is
Yes.
that an order to violate the law?
Hindi naman. It's it's not a question of violation because the man is not fleeing anyway. The man is there. He's willing to talk, and they've made arrangements, and they will meet. It's just that it's a strategic move because again and again he says, if should anything happen to the man while he is in our custody, it would really be trouble for us.
But sir, we all know that only the courts can either issue or lift arrest warrants.
I
Why
leave
not
it-
just order, for example, the DOJ to file a motion to dismiss the cases against Nur Miswari?
I don't think the cases are being dismissed. He's still meeting up. It's just a question of strategic. It's just a strategic choice, tactical choice. I'm sorry, it's the tactical choice.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Presidential Spokesperson
Thank you very much.
Ernesto Abella.
Happy weekend, guys.
Thank you, Malacanang Press Corps. Back to our main studio sa Radyo ng Bayan at PTV News.
Carefully make reference to the fact that certain deaths involving policemen may actually be cleansing operations by scalawags in uniform, and that these matters are already under investigation. we'd also like to emphasize the fact that phase one of the campaign against drugs has been successfully implemented, and mainly to create awareness of the depth of the drug menace. That phase two, in celebration of their anniversary month, 109 SSS branches will be open on all Saturdays of September to accept loan restructuring program applications. The 109 branches of the Social Security will be open every Saturday from 8 regular office hours, and there will be 43 in the National Capital Region and Metro Manila. 43 branches will be open in the rest.
Abella.
Morning. Sure about that. All right. Thank you, Secretary Teo. All right. Before we begin, I'd like to start with about five key points. We'd like to begin with a bit of good news, especially to SSS members who cannot visit the SSS offices during weekdays, given their working schedule. The government's position will be presented next week by the Solicitor General. Also, we'd like to refer to Bishop Bacani's statement that drug killings are worse than martial law. First, we'd just like to refer to the fact that drug killings, again, are not state-sanctioned, and that we also have to clearly, in case of Luzon, 31 branches will be open. In Central Visayas and Western Visayas, 14 branches will be open, and Mindanao will have 19 branches open. And this will all be open to accepting loan restructuring program applications. The whole of September. Number two, regarding the Libingan burial, LNMB issue, we're still under subjudice restrictions, so that applies. And the